every day, responsible self. Where the fires we light for. The future in great health. Today, every day, responsible self. Where the fires we light for health. The future in great health. Today, every day, responsible self. Where the fires we light for health. The future in great health. Today, every day, responsible self. Where the fires. Good morning and welcome to My Help My Mississippi. I'm Chef Chop. Yes. Can you hear me? All right. Good morning. I'm Chef Charles. Welcome to My Help My Mississippi, where we are providing you with some great information that you can take on the run on WMPR 90.1. We're so happy to be here with you this morning. Have some great information for you. Where we are focused on better health, mind, body, and medicine. And you know what, guys? We are fighting for our health. Thank you for waking up with us every Thursday morning, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. here at WMPR 90.1. Number one station in the nation, where we're providing you with some great, helpful, healthy information. And we're excited to be bringing it to you. You know why? Because your health matters. Absolutely, your health matters. Thank you for your emails. Thank you for your texts. You can always reach me at myhelpmymississippi.com, or you can hit me up at 601-940-4940. And always, you can call us here at the station if you have questions at 601-948-5950. Listen, we have some people who are helping to bring this show. They think enough of My Help My Mississippi. They like what they see here at WMPR at My Help My Mississippi. And so I want to give a shout out to Tabernacle Ministry. Thank you, Tabernacle Ministry, for believing in us, helping us to make things happen here at WMPR 90.1. We're so grateful for you. And thank you for knowing that your help matters. I want to say this to everybody in the listening audience as we dive into this wonderful show this morning. Corey J just walked in the house. Yes, he's looking for T.I. He found him. Now he's looking for My Help, My Mississippi. And he's going to be on the air this morning with us, so we're excited about that. But listen, I want to mention to you guys right off the bat, and we're real serious about this because your health matters, okay? I want to be open and honest. You know, high blood pressure ran rapid in my family. My mom, my aunties, you know how we said mom and them. And I found out later high blood pressure is not mandatory. We don't have to live with it. We don't have to allow it to destroy our bodies. Now, action is required. Now, first of all, do not stop taking your medication. High blood pressure is dangerous. So if you're on medication, please take your medication. But what I want to say is, you know, I eat my medicine. I don't take medicine. I eat medicine because food is my medicine. And I'm just saying to you, once you get your mind straight, once you get your life straight, you can reverse high blood pressure. Yes, it's not mandatory, but but action is required. You're gonna have to do some work. Yeah, it's not just gonna show up. You gotta hustle. That's the right, Coach. You gotta hustle, baby. Nothing's gonna come to you, for free, but you got to go get it. Good health is not gonna run you down. Good health is not gonna jump on your back and say, hey, I want you. No, you got to go get your good health. And so we all know that we need to be eating different food, the proper food. We got to do better. Here's what I always say. Your mouth is the door to the house where your liver, your lungs, and your kidneys live. So please stop letting any and everything in your house through your mouth. You got to control your guests. Okay, you don't just let anybody walk into your house, do you? When you don't know them, they knock on the door and say, "Hey, I want to come in," and you don't just let them in. Well, stop allowing all kinds of food that's destroying our organs into our house. We can't do that. Listen, you know my story. My mom was on kidney dialysis. I was there with her 3 times a week, watching the kidney machine do what the liver was supposed to. I'm not what the kidney was supposed to be doing. Now, the machine could operate like the kidney, but it couldn't take the place of the kidney. And for years, I used to say my mom, my mom kidneys failed her. But I found out later, and this hadn't been long, and I'm an old man now. But I just come to the realization that my mama kidneys didn't fail her. She failed her kidneys. Now, she didn't know. She didn't know that she was destroying them with all the things that she was putting in her body. You know what I mean. Coca-Colas every day and all the different things that having our blood pressure go up, all the salt, all the different meat and all that stuff. You know what I mean. So we got to be careful with that. There are some foods that will help reverse high blood pressure. You got to start moving. You got to start exercising. You got to start moving, guys. You got to start moving. And we got to make some things happen because things just not going to happen. As my bishop always said, somebody has to make them happen. Make them happen. And that's what we want to talk to you about today. We're going to have a Who Am I at around 7:40 this morning. So stay tuned for that. I want to talk to you about the different foods that's going to make a difference in your life for the rest of your life. You know what we always say? There are 4 foods that's going to make a difference in your life for the rest of your life. And that is your fruits. What else? Your vegetables. What else? Your legume, which are your beans and your peas. What else? Your grains. All of these things will make a difference in your life when you consume them every day. So I want to make sure that you understand that you need to be eating fruits every day. Why? Because it's high in vitamin C and your body needs them every day. Absolutely. Well, again, my guest is here. Corey J, come on around. Have a seat in the place. I'll introduce him. Let him introduce himself.
Which one I need to take?
Let's come over this one. Let's come over here. Jay, that's Corey J in the house.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Corey J, man, this has been great. I've been looking forward to this, just like you've been looking for T.I. I'm excited to have you right here on My Help, My Mississippi.
I'm excited to be here.
So one thing that I know about you is I've seen your trainer, man. I met your trainer.
Right.
Yeah,
Great guy.
yeah. He's a great guy. Let's Corey J, young man. And again, I'm gonna let him introduce himself. But here's what I want to say: a young man that is taking control of his health, is taking control of his goals. Listen. Here's what I like to say: it's okay to have goals, to have good health. It's okay to have goals where you are trying to accomplish some things in life. Am I right? It's okay. We can have goals to be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We can have goals to be successful. Okay. Corey J,
What's
the
going
audience is waiting on you, buddy. Good to have you in the house this morning.
Great to
Introduce
be
yourself,
here.
man.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm Corey J. I'm a motivational speaker, actor, recording artist, and first time author now. Also, I have my book out. I'm looking for T.I. Dreams to Reality, which really tells you the story of how I went from just being a kid from right here in Jackson, Mississippi, with a dream of me, T.I., to how I turned it into a reality. And from that, I done did a lot. I started when I was 6 years old. So I'm 18 now. I'm young, but I've been doing this for over a decade. And, I done accomplished a few things, such as being on the Ellen DeGeneres show, being on CNN, but being there for positivity. You on CNN, not a lot of times it's for something positive.
Yeah.
But, I was one of the ones who was able to do it, to being on major movies. So I just been working, progressing.
Things just don't happen. You got to go make it happen.
Most definitely.
Got to hustle on.
Yes, sir. It's all hustle, no handouts. Now that's what I live by. I don't just, and I love that you said that because that's my brand. But for me, that's more than just a brand. It's more than just a saying. That's a lifestyle, just like your health. That's a lifestyle. That's not just something you say. All hustle, no handouts. That's not just something you say.
Yeah.
That's something you gotta live. Because
Right.
listen, ain't nobody finna come up in here and give you a handout to your health and say, yeah, your health gonna hand it to you. You all good.
Yeah.
And neither is life gonna hand you something.
Yeah.
So you gotta do what? You gotta hustle for it. You gotta go get it.
Yeah. And it's not always gonna be easy, is it?
Oh no! Just because I said that, you know, a lot of people it sound good. Listen. Look, I heard myself talking. It sounded real good, but listen, sounding good ain't gonna just make it happen. It ain't gonna be easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some ups and downs, but you gotta stay focused. You gotta set your mind, get your mind straight,
Right.
set your goals, and you gotta go get it.
Right.
So whether we're looking for
You
a
gotta
success,
stay strapped in for the ride.
oh yeah, and sometimes the ride can be bumpy.
Oh man, sometimes gonna be a roller coaster up and down, twist and turn.
Yeah.
But
you
just
gotta-
stay in.
Yeah. So Corey J, again, you've been doing this now forever, seems like. Now,
For as long as I knew.
So a lot of us would say, Corey J is a old young man.
You can say that.
Because you were at 6 years old.
Mhm.
You were trying to make some things happen that most 6-year-olds wasn't even thinking about.
Right.
Now, you had to get to that point, and there's some things that motivate you. But I want to hear the story of you looking for T.I. How did that come about? And we're gonna get into the help part of it later. But man, to see you at 18 with a personal trainer, I see you. I mean, I follow you. I see you working out.
Doing what I can.
You be inspiring me, man.
Yes, sir. Well, that's always been the goal for me is impacting lives.
Mhm.
And as far as T.I., how it all started about was at 6 years old. A lot of people, if they know me from selling my CDs, getting out with my hustle. That's how I started out. At 6 years old, I got out with my first CD, called them Crayons. It was about the 8 primary colors. I got out selling that CD for $5. And just from doing that hand to hand, I became the hustle kid. To this day, I done sold over 450,000 of my CDs independently. So at that time, I might have been at like 50 or 100,000. And I was the hustle kid and he was known as the hustle man. So I said it's only right. This guy right here, I got to get his stamp. He got to know about me. I got to meet him, but not just meet him because I ain't just want to take a picture because, anybody can meet him or just see him in passing. But no, I wanted him to know me. I said, I had a goal. I said, yeah, I want to sit down at the table with him. I want to know me. I want to be able to work with him. So I had a whole fire behind it. And the first time I ever met him was right here in Jackson, Mississippi. But I ain't going to get too much into that because it's all in the book. And I want everybody to go read the book and get inspired by this true motivational, inspirational story right here.
Now, let me just say this about the book. So grandparents, great grandparents, great grandparents. Your child may not pick up this book, but what you want to do is you want to hear from this young man. And I say you want to hear what Corey J have to say, get the book today.
Well,
Yeah, like that, right?
Right, you can always get it right now. I mean, you can get it anywhere, get it shipped to you, get it delivered at www.allhustlenohandoutsllc.com. In the book,
Tell them that one more time.
www.allhustlenohandouts.com. All together, it's all spelled the regular way.
All hustle, no handout.
Yes, sir.
You know what? That registered with me simply because it says to me that I wrote this quote a long time ago. All right, even when I was in school. So we have this bloodline. So I wrote this quote. What you want in life, go get it. What you need in life, go get it. Waiting won't get it. You got to go get it.
Right. Listen, everybody got to do their part. Everybody got a role in life. and everybody got to fulfill it. Because, you know, I'm a sports guy, so I let
Mhm.
them know, you know, me, LeBron James, all that, he a star. But listen,
Mhm.
everybody got a role. Everybody a role player on the team. And listen, God going to do his part. He got you.
Mhm.
But, hey, you got to do yours for him to make it happen. You got to
Mhm.
put the work in. You can't just wait. Understand the tables never stop turning, but the table ain't going to never turn on you if you just sitting back. Nah, man, you gotta be active. You gotta have an active role. You gotta do your part, and God gonna do His, and everything gonna fall in place.
You know, that's one of the reasons that I want the youngsters. You know, it's the summertime. School graduation has just happened. I want all of these young children to have a reading assignment.
Mm-hmm.
And parents, grandparents, great grandparents, this is a great book to help them to focus on the new year, school year that's going to be coming up. This is a great summer read. Okay. Now, his goal was looking for T.I. Who are you looking for? What are you looking for? What do you want to accomplish? And parents, grandparents, great grandparents, I know you're with me on this one because I'm a grandparent and a parent. I know you're with me on this one, but you want them to be focused on something positive. Okay, so let me say this. You want them to be focused on something positive. That's not just going to happen with all the negativity that we have around us. Okay, it is so easy to just go with the norm. But if you don't want your child just rolling with the norm, doing something different like this 6-year-old was doing, and back way back in the day, right?
Right.
Now, he was different. You want your child to be different, not just like everybody else. And in order to be different, to want something different, you got to put something different in their hand. This book will inspire.
Most definitely. This book will not just inspire them, but it would also show them how to do it.
Yeah.
Because that was a big key to me is, you know, each one teach one. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
what it is for me. Is each one teach one. A lot of folks, they don't do it because they don't know it's possible. They don't see that it's possible. So I always let them know, you know, when anybody book me, they want me to come speak to their youth.
Mhm.
I let them know, understand when it comes to the youth, I don't come to just teach. I don't come to preach. No, I come to motivate. I
Yeah.
come to show them that it can happen. And that's what this book is. It's an extension of that. It's an extension of, man, I'm able to see it. If he could do it and he could put it in his book, oh man, it gotta be possible. If he can do it, why I can't?
That's the key right there. If he can do it, why can't I? That's why I want you at parents, and that's why when I saw you with a trainer, and you know, my big thing is, you know, this is my help, my Mississippi. I'm all about being healthy. I'm all about making sure we take care of ourselves. Right? My mama died at 58, sister died at 52, another one died at 54, dad died at 41, and a lot of folks sick in my family, and so my job is to motivate people to want to be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Your job, what you've accepted, what you're taking on, and I admire you for this. It's not just about Corey J.
Right.
Corey J has over what 200 trillion on Instagram. I'm just exaggerating, but he got over 200,000 followers, right? One of the youngest to do it.
With the youngest from right here in Jackson.
The youngest to do it.
Right. The youngest.
One of the youngest to do it in the world, and the youngest to do it right here in Jackson, Mississippi. And that just didn't happen. So what that tells me is people want to hear and people want to see what Corey J is all about. And what Corey J did, y'all, he decided he wanted to share his story because he has enjoyed some success. But you want other people to be successful.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I want to see others, you know, having the keys to success, being able to be successful, because that's what it's all about. You know, it's not just about one person being successful. What's better than one? Two. What's better than two? A few. That's what it's about. And I live by that. And I love to see it. I love to see another person be successful. I love to see another person look at me and they feel like they done figured it out, and seeing them use that format. So for me, I'm happy when I see it.
You know, so Corey J, it's easy for us to talk about young people. We can complain. I like to say 25 hours a day, 8 days a week. We can come up with some extra hours and come up with some extra days to complain about what our young people are not doing, how our young people are eating, what our young people are getting into. But we got to stop complaining about what they can do and try and show them a way
Mm-hmm.
that they can do something different, because they just want to be seen. Some of them want to be heard, but they need guidance. What would you tell our parents and grandparents and great grandparents and great great grandparents how to kind of help guide their children?
Well, for me, that was actually part of the reason, that I threw my celebration on the 18th of this month. It was the
Oh, I was
celebrate.
there, and it was
Oh
some
yeah,
kind of celebration,
yes
man.
sir.
You were
It was.
clean as a pin. I rubbed up
No,
against you, and I still got the cut mark, man. You so sharp.
I had to get my suit on. I had to get in my grown man,
Yeah.
my suit. Yes sir. But I threw that as not just a book release and not just a celebration of me hitting 200,000 followers, but I threw it as a celebration of positivity at the same time,
Yeah.
because it's big, it's major that I did 200,000 followers coming from him being the youngest to do it, but also not having to go viral doing something negative.
Right.
I did. It's even bigger that I did it all positive,
Wow.
and that's why a lot of the youth, like you said, we can talk about it, but honestly, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the what?
Problem.
Exactly. And a lot of people that talk about the youth was wrong with them, but I'm a part of it. Like you said, we want to be seen, we want to be heard, we want to feel like we can go viral. And a lot of them, they think the only way you can do that is by being negative, and that's why I show the difference. So it's all about being shown something different. That's what's gonna change the mindset. Is what they see. Yeah, just hearing it ain't good enough.
Yeah.
They got to see it.
So now, Corjay, you said something there, because it's so easy. You know how it is. It's easy to eat the wrong food.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're used to it. I tell people all the
Right.
time, we've been taught wrong for so long. Okay. And then when we're trying to do right, it's so easy to fall back into negativity and just get the wrong thing and put in our system and not realize that it's affecting our system, right?
Right.
It's the same way when we're looking at our children. It's so easy to criticize them rather than giving them the positive stuff. There are different ways that we can give them positive input. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they've heard our voices so much that, as soon as we open my mouth, their ears closed. Right. But maybe there's a book that they could be inspired by, maybe that they could read. Do you have an idea of what book they could read?
I don't know about no book they can read or nothing, but this book right here, this is a book that they can read, because a major part of the youth, like how you just said, they close ears when grandpa talking to them, grandma, when mama, daddy talking to them, and a lot of it is all based on relatability.
Yeah.
A lot of it is all based on how much can I relate to you, and it's a disconnect right there, because a lot of us young folks, we feel like, yeah, you saying you was 18 once, but right now you're 40, right now you're 30, right now that don't mean nothing to them, and that's why it's so important for me to be doing what I do, because when they bring me to the youth detention center and I impact them, a lot of the impact I have is because, yeah, man, I'm 16 doing this and you 18. And it's that relatability of being able to see somebody so close to your age, if not your same age, showing you a different path. That's why they close their ears a lot of times, because it's that disconnect, versus when I come in, it's that connection.
Ears wide open, eyes wide open.
It's that, hold up, you 18?
Yeah,
hold up, let me get up a little bit. He said he 18. What he doing? He got 200,000 followers. He doing all this. He all around the world. Hold up, let me check him out. Yeah. Because if he 18 doing this, I could be 18 doing this. Yeah. So it just shows that connection right there.
Mm-hmm. And that's so powerful, and that's what we have to realize, guys. We got so parents. Here's what we got to say. We got to say, and I had to do this because I remember. It's a circle, guys, that we want our children to be a part of, right? And we gotta be constructive in creating that environment that we want for them. Mm-hmm. And we can't be worried about them thinking that, hey, that look, I want to be the one that they listen to. I want to be the one that they're teaching.
Right.
We gotta look at it as long as they get some positive stuff. Hey, come on in. Come on with it now. Yeah.
Sometimes you can't be so stuck on the messages. Look, the point of the matter is the message.
Yes.
Sometimes it don't matter what. Well, actually, all the time, it don't matter where the message comes from, as long as it's the right message.
Right.
It don't matter where it comes from, as long as the message get to them and it don't go one ear out the other. As long as it stick with them, they learn something from it. They feel like they know something, they utilize it.
Yeah.
That's a big key. Utilize it.
Yeah. And you can't utilize it if you're not hearing it. Okay. So we got to make sure that the right person is saying it so they can hear. You can take them to church and, and the pastor may be 69, 80 years old and they sitting there and you're excited about the sermon. And I mean, and they're not good. They should be in church and then they go to youth service and you want them to be a certain way. But what I like about your story is, man, you put the work in, and some of our children need to be motivated and encouraged that, hey, they can put the work in. They need to put the work in. They need to start doing something.
Right.
Because they don't even mow the yard a lot of times. Mr. John will tell you, got children at home, and then the parents got to pay somebody to mow the yard. Nobody want to put the work in, right? So the idea that your message is, hey guys, I know you're 16. It's time to start hustling in a positive way. Okay. You don't have to show yourself in a negative way in order to get followers.
Right.
Because you showing them how you did it in a positive way. Because we're all on our Instagram and I pull up my daily motivation. See what Corey talking about this morning.
Right on.
So we got to make sure that we know where we can place our children in this right environment.
Right.
And you have helped to create with your merch, and we're going to talk about in the other hour, on the next hour, about how we're coming together, and then you got this drink that you're going, because it's all about you being healthy. Your health is your wealth.
Yes, sir. For me, your health is your wealth, and the main key for me throughout all my life. Actually, this was a talk that I had with Will Smith, and I seen
you met Will Smith?
I did. I seen him when I was in the Madison Square Garden. I was on tour at the time, so I had a good relationship with his son Jaden. And for me, I always been a sponge. Like people ask me, man, how you got all this knowledge so young? You able to come up with these big words? This motivation is because ever since I was young, I've been hanging around with an older crowd and I've been soaking it up. So I ended up walking past when I was in Madison Square Garden. I walked past Jaden room, and I look in there. I seen the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I seen him in the back, and I went. Hold up, hit a little U-turn, seen twice. I said, nah, I gotta walk in here. I gotta see what type of advice he can give me. And I asked him, and one thing he told me was, you never too far off track, Corey. I love what you're doing. You never too off track, as long as you find a way to impact lives. So my goal always been to impact lives in a positive way, because that's what it's about, whether that's with the health, whether that's with, man, you waking up this morning, and I get so many people that say, yeah, man, you the first video I watched when I woke up. Well, that mean I impact your day. I impact your life. So that's what it's about, man, impacting lives.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Good morning, caller. You on the air?
Good morning, Chef Charles. How are you? This is no comment. I was calling. I can't get you all on the app this morning. Is there somewhere I can listen live, like YouTube, Facebook, or something? Because I'm at work and I'm trying to continue to listen to the show, but I can't get on the app.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can go to Charles and the Fighters. Charles.
YouTube?
Yes, YouTube. Thank you. YouTube. Charles and the Fighters.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening and being a faithful listener.
Thank you.
Bye. Again, I do appreciate all you listeners who get up early in the morning and ride with us, and appreciate Mr. John for allowing us to be, on the air this time. This is prime time. We're riding, and so I'm so glad that folks can ride and listen to you and watch you on YouTube. I want them to become a follower. I know you have plenty of followers, but this book that we're talking about, Looking for T.I., listen, we're on the same path, because I'm looking for good help. Man, I know good help is not just gonna come to me. Let me tell you why. Okay, because I saw my dad, my mama, my sisters, my brothers. I saw them all fail health.
Mhm.
Okay. And then I'm gonna give you some advice on the other hour about what my mama said, which would be your great grandma. I mean, how she inspired me, even though she was in bad health, for me to continue to look for good health. Okay, so so we're gonna take a break on the other side. We're gonna come back but thank you for listening to WMPR 90.1, My Health, My Mississippi, where we are fighting for our health with Corey J in the house. We'll be right back on the other side.
Rising rap star is now facing felony charge after Corey J went to Cumberland Mall with family. A 12-year-old rapper.
Rising rap star by the name of Corey Jackson.
Yeah.
I took it back when it should have gave up. But you know, they kept pushing, kept fighting.
Six.
That's the opposite to quit, for real. They ain't wanna see me doing this. So young, taking big risks. Big dreams, with no mind to quit. How we gon' stop them if we get rich? Trying to teach the whole youth to have confidence. Stand up, chase a dream, empowerment. What would you do if your mama could pay the rent? If you just wanted to be a helper, adding your 2 cents. So you started, clean yard, and sell water. Just trying to be a helper if your mama feed her daughter. And the police wanna stop you and treat you like a criminal. So what you think gon' happen next? Probably so he gon' regret, but he ain't gon' think about it. Just trying to get his needs met. Then what's next? Yes, here go a felony. Jail cell, another brother gone rapidly. But let's not forget he tried it the right way. At only 12 years old, he was facing a court date. Hold up. Am I talking about one thing they wanna see you win? Can't get you down and get off on the way. So many you see you now forget. I don't ever think they wanna see you win. Can't get you down and get off on the way. So many you see you now forget.
Boosie boo, and I been shoulda gave up. When he gave me diabetes, shoulda gave up. They just makes me in a mile of some slave stuff. Still I told the world what happened on some brave stuff. Eyes burning, it's a fact. Eyes burning cause I'm famous and I'm black. It took a lot of risks, still shot out. Shaking haters off like I did God. They ain't want me to be this great, so they can't talk in front of me when they speak that hate. And I would never, ever forget what you did, cause you did what you did from my kid. Mr. Police, abusing your authority. Look at Mr. Police. Picking on minorities. Mr. Police. Putting your hands on the child. Then you walk right and call and tell a lie. Mr. Police. Mr. Police.
But no matter what, don't give up. Keep chasing your dreams. It's big. I don't ever think they wanna see you win. Can't put you down and get off on the way. So many you see you now forget. I don't ever think they wanna see you win. Can't put you down and get off on the way. So many you see you now forget.
Look at that.
Corey J in the house. Should have gave up, but the big dreams kept him going. Gotta have some dreams, you gotta have. I think everybody ought to have a mission statement. Everybody ought to have a vision. Everybody ought to have some goals. Y'all get me excited up in here now. I'm so for real, because this is really what it's all about. My mission is to empower people to view food as medicine and embrace a plant-based diet for a healthier life. Can you imagine if we all looked at food as medicine, right? I eat my medicine rather than take medicine. People say, well, I'm a picky eater. Well, I'm a picky medicine taker because that stuff may hurt me later. But don't stop taking your medication. but start looking at food as medicine, right? And we have Corey J in the house talking about big dreams. Should have stopped, man. I like that. So can we play a little bit more? I'm just kidding. we got to move on with the show. Listen, what I want to do real quick, and then we're going to get back to Corey J. I want to talk to you about who am I? Here's a food, one food that's going to change your life for the rest of your life. I heard him say it in that beat there. You know, diabetes, type 2 diabetes is not required. It's not required. Okay. It's not mandatory, but action is required. Right. So here's a food. I'm going to give you a tip. This food is orange. Okay. Yes, this is an orange food. So this food is high in nutrients. It's packed with vitamins like vitamin A, C, and B6, as well as minerals such as potassium and magnesium. Who am I? It has antioxidant properties. They contain antioxidant like beta carotene, which can help control oxidation stress in the body. Anti-inflammatory. I remember my mom had so much fluid in her, she had to prop her legs up. Guys, we gotta, this food help remove some of that inflammation. Digestive health. The high fiber in this particular food support health digestion and can prevent constipation. Yes, what food am I? This particular food regulate blood sugar. Despite its sweetness, it has a lower glycemic index, which means it will not spike your glucose if you're type 2 diabetes are being treated for it, okay? Heart health. This food is good for your heart. Potassium it contributes to heart health by helping to maintain blood pressure level. Look, y'all, we need to maintain that blood pressure level. Hey, Chase, we got to maintain that blood pressure level, man. I'm telling you, man. So you got to eat this food. What food am I talking about? Immune system. Vitamin C is essential for a robust immune system, promoting overall good health. Last one, it helps with vision protection. Beta carotene is beneficial for eye health and may help prevent age-related muscular degeneration. Okay, what food am I talking about? Let's see if anybody put it in the chat. What food am I talking about? Sweet potatoes. You can bake them, you can saute them, you can steam them. Get you some sweet potatoes. You can find them at any store. I am sweet potatoes. Telling you, Corey J, know you on your health run, man, and you're making some things happen by affecting the youth in a positive way. We're on the same highway. We're going the same way because I'm trying to affect the youth and all of our people, but good health. So we're looking for good health. You were looking for T.I., and you've been New York. You just dropping some names. I see what you were doing. Will Smith and all the folks in New York. So you've been a lot of places. You've done a lot of things. You've seen a lot of things, and I've heard you speak. To some of our young people, and I've seen them, man. I've seen them. They were tuned in. So I'm telling you all. I'm telling you right now. Look, you want to get this, okay? Because when Corey J speak, there used to be a commercial out years ago. You may not remember this, but your dad may remember. Years ago, it said when E.F. Hutton speak, people listen, and it was like, okay, everybody be in this restaurant. They were talking and about financing, and then this young lady or somebody come up and said, "Well, E.F. Hutton says," and everybody stopped and they listen.
Okay.
Because when E.F. Hutton speak, people listen. Tell you, I saw Corey J speaking to some young folk, and you know how impatient young people are. What are they gonna do? They're gonna be on their phone. They're gonna be texting. They're gonna be doing live stuff. I don't care who's speaking. Well, Corey J was speaking. Here's what they were doing. Telling you. And they had questions because they're tuned in. Why? Because he's 18. Why? Because he's been doing this since he was 6 years old. Why? Because he's all about the hustle. What's the hustle? Making it happen. Not sitting around playing video game. How many did I win? Jumping the jack and whatever it's called, right?
Right,
You're doing
okay.
things that are positive.
Right.
And I want to encourage, I love this book. On the back of it, you got, dream reality.
Dream to reality.
Dream to reality. Wow. We all should have dreams.
Right.
Most
definitely.
Without dream, according to the Bible, when the Bible say, my people perish for lack of knowledge. So we should all be dreaming about having a better life. We should all be dreaming about making sure that our children are doing something positive. How would this book affect them positively?
Well, like I said, it's motivational, inspirational, but how it will motivate is by showing them that, and that's why it was such a big part for me, knowing that I got a whole lot of folks that talking about this their first book that they ever gonna read. I gotta
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's why if you look, I want to show you just like this, for instance. That's why I did it in this format to where not only can you read it, you can also see it. When you read it, I was right there with Nipsey Hussle. You able to see the picture of me and Nipsey, and there's pictures throughout the book as you read it. When
And you were
read
like
it,
6 years old,
Yes,
7
sir.
years old.
Well, I was like 10 at that
10,
time.
yeah, but
And
you're
then
so
when you
small.
read that I was right there with T.I. and Young Thug. You able to see the picture of us, and that's why it was so important for me to do it in this format.
Yeah.
Because for the youth, hearing is good, but
Yeah.
we like to see. Man,
Oh,
I
man.
want to see something, and that's why this book is so important. Because if you want to show them a vision that came to life, if you want to show them a dream that came to reality,
Yeah.
and it's not just for the youth, this for all ages.
Sure.
Because, everybody need to read this. And it's legendary to be able to see what happened, for me to tell you my journey. And the reason why everybody need to read it is not for the ups, not for the wins, it's for all of the downs. The downs that I put in this book, the times that I was down,
Mhm.
didn't know what I was gonna do, felt down, but I was never out.
Yeah.
I always kept on getting back up, getting back in the game. That's
Mhm.
why people need to read it.
Mhm.
Not for the ups, not how I succeeded at the end. That's great, but it's for you to see how I persevered through all little trials and tribulations,
Mhm.
and I still succeeded. That's why everybody need to read this book.
Y'all see how I'm tuned in to Corey J? Y'all see how I'm focused? That's how these young folk gonna be, man. I'm telling y'all better bring these young folks, get this book. Things start to go down. I'm telling you, this is a powerful dream to reality. I'm looking for T.I., written by Corey J. Yo, his story. This young man has been on the warpath forever. And look, here's why it's important. Because he's really just getting started.
Mm-hmm.
You see, you got so much more to accomplish. Don't let your child be left behind, my goodness, doing negativity or, because there's a lot of good positive stuff. How can they follow you on your YouTube page, your Instagram page, all your different handles out there? How can people just follow you, Corey J? Because I want everybody, man. Because I follow him, and I want everybody,
Yes,
follow you. I want all the people get this book throughout the country, so it's summertime. Easy read, right? Get this book. Make sure it's in your children's hand, your grandchildren's hand, your birthday present. Come on now. Tell them how they can follow you, man.
Then you can follow me anywhere. Just Corey J. It's COREYJ. That's where you can find me on YouTube, on Instagram. It's Corey J, the future one. And if you can't find me on there, you can always just Google me. Just Google Corey J, COREYJ, and it's gonna bring up all my socials everywhere that I'm at. You can just go Google me.
Man, see, y'all just can't Google me like that. Y'all just Google Corey J.
Hey,
Come
but
on.
it's work. When you work, you get recognized for your work from time to time.
My dream is one day y'all just Google me. Because you put the work in. It's all about making a difference in people's lives, and that's a beautiful thing now. Because I've seen you change a little when it comes to really about your CDs you was rapping. Now you're motivating other people,
Mhm.
so you're more of a game changer, impacting to change lives, not just entertaining people, give them something. And although your raps were always positive, I remember Crayon. What was that called again?
Call it crayon.
Call it Crayon.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember. But right now, man, we got to make sure that people across the world, I mean, everybody knows you and everybody, but we got to make sure they get this book.
Most
We
definitely.
got to make sure they get this because this is not just a regular story. You know, so first of all, how many young folks do you all know? Help me, parents. He's not playing football, not playing basketball, he's not playing soccer or any of that, but he has a personal trainer and he's working out because he understands that his health is his wealth and he has a plan to reach your child and he needs to be healthier every day. He has to work on it so he can continue to impact all those who are following him. You know, you don't want to be crippled up. One of the things that motivates me when I see people, and God bless them, you know, when they're on a walk or a wheelchair, I'm like, that's motivation, man. I got to keep going, man. I got to keep going to the gym. I got to keep working out, man, because I got so much to offer.
Right.
I want to impact people. I want to make sure. And I always say, if you're in front of me, I'm going to make a difference in your life for the rest of your life, right? Because my purpose in life is to help take people to another level. Can y'all see we're on the same page? This guy's helping to take people to another level. And but your level, the people that you're reaching, I mean, Corey J, to me, that is, the youth are just so needy at this point. And the message is so clear. I just want to make sure we can get everybody out there. Your message can change the lives of the folk who made a mistake, made two mistakes.
Right.
They just need the right person to follow.
Mm-hmm.
You have had an opportunity to speak to people all over the world. And the advice now, we've been giving advice for the parents and stuff. What advice for our teenagers?
Mm-hmm.
And even if can we go back a little bit to the 6 years old too, okay?
Right, we go
Please
back to
let's go
everybody.
back.
What I'm finna
Yeah,
tell you,
yeah,
can impact
let's do it.
everybody, young and old.
Let's do that. Tell us how we get back.
Now your point was as far as how you impact the youth, right?
Yes.
Okay. But for me, one thing that everybody needs to understand when it comes to impacting the youth and also impacting yourself at any age is what's acceptable is what's seen as acceptable. And what that means is it's all about your crowd. It's all about who you hang around. When I get around you, guess what I am? I'm motivated in a different type of way when I see you still active. You moving. You keep it up with me. I say, hold up, man. Hold up. I need to get on your schedule. Why? Because when I plant these seeds out here, I want to be around to see them grow. I want to be around when I plant this seed in this young man over here. Yeah, oh, you got inspired me. Man, I want to see what you do. So I want to be here for that. So understand that a lot of what's going on with your youth, with you, it's all about what you see around you, because what your environment says is cool is what's cool. Understand when I go a lot of different places, at first I might not even be accepted when I come with the positivity. Why? Because of your whole life, what you're surrounded by is the negativity. If I come in with this positive, I might seem like the enemy. So I show you that I'm not, and I'm able to show you something different. So understand that it's all about the crowd that you hang around. It's all about the surroundings that you put yourself in, the environments, the people who you put yourself with. Because there's a whole lot of people in life, like how I was just at a detention center. Then after that, I went to an organization that helps youth, once they come out of the detention center, to get them on the right path. And one thing I always tell them, one thing I learned with them, because I'm steady getting motivated, even though I do the motivation, is that it's a whole lot of people in life that guilty by association at all age. And that don't just mean a crime, it means just in life. You guilty by association when you're eating wrong. It's because, man, my homeboy, all he do is order pizzas.
Yeah.
Listen, man, all we do is get fried chicken and rice, man. That's all we do. So guess what? You guilty by association. Just like when I go into these detention centers, it's a lot of them, man, they was influenced because, yeah, man, Shaquan and Run was breaking in the car, so I'm with it. It's all about that guilty by association. So if I'm gonna be guilty by association, yeah, man, I'm guilty with you. I'm guilty of, man. Yeah, man, I went a week vegan, man.
Yeah.
I'm guilty.
Yeah.
So it's all about when you get that guilty by association on you, let it be with the right crowd. Let it be doing something positive. Yeah, you guilty by association with me, man. You guilty for getting out here doing something positive, doing it the right way, motivate some lives, impacting some people.
Yeah.
So let that be with you, guilty by association.
Yeah. Hey, can we make sure that's on his YouTube page too? Because I want to hear that whole speech again. I'm start playing that every morning, man.
I
Put some
got you.
music to it.
Yes,
All right,
sir,
that's
I
good.
got you.
I like that. Hey, so that brings me to a point now. You. I know your dad was hogging this green juice, so I had to get you one.
Yeah,
taste it.
yeah, yeah. He was hogging. He was ball hogging bad.
Yeah.
It was about 5 drinks straight, man. He was ball hogging, man.
So we're gonna try and get this when you have your books,
Right.
and I like these
The
bookmarks
yes,
too,
sir, the
man.
custom bookmark.
Yeah, man, constant bookmark. Okay,
Mhm.
and so you're gonna be out at different places, and you're gonna be signing autograph books. So I want you to tell people where you are, but we also want to talk about you're gonna have some green juice with you.
Right.
Yeah, and how does that stuff taste, man?
Listen, it tastes great. I said, yeah, man, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, when you taste it, look, a lot of people they intimidated by something healthy because you know they think about medicine.
Yeah.
What medicine? Oh
Mhm.
man, that tastes nasty. And when you eat something, you're thinking, yeah, but this healthy. You say this vegan. Oh, you
Yeah.
already know this ain't finna taste like that seasoned
Right.
fried chicken, man.
Right.
This ain't finna taste like that seasoned salt. But
Right.
you know when you drink that juice and you taste it, you like this good for me.
Yeah.
And I don't gotta taste nothing nasty.
Right.
Man, it's a no-brainer.
And so I tell people all the time, I love good tasting food. It just has to be good for my body. If it's
Right.
not good for my body, it's non-negotiable.
Mhm.
I'm not going to talk to my liver and say, hey, guys, look, I know what y'all doing for my kidneys. I know what you're doing for my heart. I know what you're doing for me. But look, I got to get this stuff. It's not good for y'all, but it tastes good to me. That is totally ridiculous to me.
Right.
So it's not negotiable. So when we talk about that green juice, we're going to have that kale in there, right? That
Mhm.
kale, which is going to be that vitamin C, going to give them get that green into your bloodstream, man. Have that blood to flow like water, not
Yes,
like
sir.
oil. Get that
Right.
chicken in there, you're going to feel like oil, right?
Mhm.
And slow.
It's that grease.
It's that grease. But when you get that kale, it's going to flow like water. And then we're going to have that pineapple in there, man, which is that vitamin C. And then we're going to have those green grapes in there, man, which is a vitamin C. And banana with the potassium, right? And then a little agave. Have all that stuff in there. Now I have positivity going into a positive body. And guess what? All of it is alive.
Mhm.
So we're putting live food into a live body.
Yeah, we living.
You're living.
We
You
living.
can't keep putting dead food into a live body and expect to feel alive. So I like what you're doing. I love the labels that y'all have on the juice, man. It's gonna be at the pop-up centers where you're
Most
gonna be.
definitely.
Plus, tell people where you're gonna be, man, because everybody want to be there. I want to be there.
Well, actually, I got the book tour coming up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
My
huge.
first date is what is that? June 6th in New Orleans. That's gonna be my first date, and I believe I'm going from June to September.
Wow.
Well, I'm going from June to September. We hitting all type of cities. We going places I've never been. Detroit, haven't been yet, but with the book, I will be there. I know I got New York. I'm going back. I'm coming back. I got a lot of people, in the north. They
Wow.
watch me, so I will be back in New York for all of the dates. You can go on my Instagram right now.
Yeah.
I can't remember all of them. It's plenty, but listen, go on my Instagram, Corey J, the Future One. All of the book tour dates are there, and I won't just be having the book. Listen, but come get your book now. Come get your book. And if you
Yes.
can't be there, also go online, www.allhustlenohandouts.com. But listen, I'm going to have the book on me, the custom bookmarkers, also my merch, All Hustle, No Handouts, which, listen, it's a lifestyle. I let them know, man, the hustle, I'm changing the narrative. A lot of people, when they
Yeah.
hear hustle, you thinking in the streets, you thinking something
Yeah.
negative. I let them
Change
know,
it.
I'm a hustler. You on your hustle. A doctor is on his hustle.
Yeah.
Understand, a lawyer ain't nobody giving them a handout, so
Right.
he on his hustle, but in a positive way. So I'm changing the narrative. Not just that, we also having this green juice, man, something you need, because what I'm all about, impacting lives in a positive way. And when I saw you, I say ain't no better team up than this right here. I'm impacting them inside and out.
My health,
Yes, sir.
my Mississippi, and Corey J.
Mm-hmm.
Look.
All hustle, no handouts.
All hustles,
Impact.
no handout. Look, this guy, just to give you real quick, this guy, June 6th, he's going to be in New Orleans. June 14th, he's going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina. June 21st, he's going to be in Detroit. June 28th, he's going to be in Atlanta. I can't even keep up with him. July, he's going to be in New Haven. Then he's going to be in Kansas City, then Los Angeles, and then Richmond, Virginia, New York, Philadelphia, Boston. August 3rd, he's going to be in Indiana. Man, he's all over the world. All I want to do is just be a part of it. Can I just come along? That's all I want.
Of course you can.
Man, y'all got it going on.
So very
Yeah.
well.
See, man, we got to do this again.
Of course.
All right.
Of course.
because we got to end this show. I don't want to, but we got to end this show because we got other people coming in. Oh my goodness, this has been so good. First of all, Corey J, one last time, let people know how they can reach out to you. And even if, I know you're busy now, but sometimes churches can reach out. Anybody can reach out to Motivate Needs You, because I know you're all available. But let's tell them one more time how they can reach you so we can end this thing, man.
Well, Corey J, Coreyj. You can go Google me. You know, I worked hard to be Googleable. But yeah, you can Google me, Corey J. It's gonna pull up everything about me. All my socials. On Instagram, it's Corey J, the Future One. On YouTube, you can just look up Corey J, Coreyj. And it's all there.
It's all there. Just Google him. You can just Google him. Hey, I see one of my followers in Kentucky. She wanted to know if y'all gonna come to Kentucky. We'll work that out, James. We try to get him to Kentucky, okay? I hear that.
It's TBA.
Yeah.
More dates to be added.
Yeah, I did see that. More days to be added. Hey, listen, I want to just leave you on one note. My grandmom gave me this advice, and I know if she, which would be your great grandmom, she would give you this advice too if you were here. You don't, and y'all can use this for your children. You do not have to bump your head all the time. You can learn from other people who bump theirs. Mm-hmm. Hey, get this book, Corey J. He's going to tell you how not to have to bump your head. Your great grandmama will give you that advice, and you put it in a book. You're giving this the same advice to everybody, how they can follow this process and go to the next level. Come on, that's pride right there, man. I really appreciate it. And the other thing that she would say as we close this baby down, she would say, respect everybody because you can learn from them, even if you don't like them. Come on, y'all. Let's do this. Corey J, thank you for being a part of My Help My Mississippi. You can reach me at myhelpmymississippi.com. We look forward to you being here with us next Thursday.
Yes,
y'all have a great day.
day.
Corey J.
I
Have a good one, buddy.
appreciate you.
All right. Give me my thing.
Went to Cumberland Mall with family. A 12-year-old rapper
Rising rap star by the name of Corey Jackson.